Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, AmusedJester. My name is Junior, and today we're going to be reviewing Beast Kingdom's DAH-163. This is Superman in his recovery suit. This is the Superman that came back after he got killed. So this is his resurrection suit. This is his recovery suit. So he had to wear the suit to continue recovery from his apparent death and everything. So there's the figure over here. There's the figure and the accessories over here. And let's take him out of the packaging and we'll be right back. Okay, let's take a look at this figure while it's still in the tray so we can see exactly what's going on. These are blast effects because Superman had to wear jet boots because he couldn't fly at the time, so that's kind of nice that they added it there. These comes with 3 extra pairs of hands. This is kind of like the relaxed hands. Let's see. These are the holding something hands, and I don't know what he's holding because it's not here, and I'm going to talk about that. And these are his trigger finger hands, which is supposed to be triggering something that's not here, and we're going to talk about that. Here's the figure. Am I missing something? Oh, I didn't realize it comes with a base. I forgot about that. Beast Kingdom has now started to put bases in their figure, but it's a basic figure, basic base. It's just basically kind of like similar to McFarlane's base, except it's bigger. Hooray! So what's missing? What is missing from this picture? I have to look at the back of the box to make sure, and I'm sure. What's missing in this figure is the ammo belt that he wore and the 2 guns that he brought with him, because Superman is completely powerless in this form and he can barely have any powers, or he barely has any powers, which is the reason why he needs to use these flight boots. So this should have had those as an accessory. Those are necessary accessories for this figure, right? Yeah, so kind of disappointed that they didn't have that. This do fit, but it's kind of too small. And I said they're translucent. Well, I guess it does the job. I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be too big. But man, oh man, I am really missing that ammo belt. Let's take a look at this face of Superman. As you can see, it's got a very, very basic flesh tone paint, but it's still nice though. Right? I don't think this is one of the tampoed faces, face printing, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's really good. I'm not usually a fan of the mohawk, or the mohawk, the whatever you call this kind of hair, long hair Superman, but that's how he came out. This was the 90s, so that's popular at the time. Kind of nice looking face though for a Superman. I'll bring out the other regular Superman to compare the faces feature. Looking up, not too much because of the hair. Going down is good. Has all the articulation range. If it weren't for the hair, I'm pretty sure it would have done the same thing with this one. So that's kind of a bummer. Really nice design. It's like very, very close to what it was in the comic books. Again, what's only missing is the ammo belt over here. And then of course this one. I'm kind of off put by the fact that oh, it is silver. This one just kind of pushed up this, that's why it exposed this black. Oh, they glued this in. Oh no, they glued this in and they glued it the wrong way, so I'm exposed with this black thing over here. I'm going to have to find a way. And you can even tell, look at the gap here, and the gap here is completely different. I'm going to have to find a way to unglue this and bring this down. I can see why they did it. Oh, there it is. So it's not glued in, it was just like really tight. Okay, that is so much better. Yeah, keep it loose like that. You don't need to glue that in. So that way we can adjust it. Thank goodness for that. Alright, so let's look at the articulation, because there's really nothing much to talk about in terms of design. It's got the silver over here, but yeah, you know, I wonder if that's loose too. It is. It's got to be loose. because it would just be much easier for them to print the same body and then have this as a separate piece. I'm sure it's a separate piece. I just can't pull it out right now. Yeah, there you go. Oops, but they glued it. But it is a separate piece. I don't know if they glued it or the paint just stuck, but you know, either way, it's easy enough to put it back in. Articulation wise, we're kind of familiar with the articulation of this one. It does have a little bit of pull out, definitely going up. Look at that. So as you can see, this one is even slightly looser than my Batman from Flashpoint Batman. But there's the articulation over there, articulation on the shoulder. If this pops out, don't worry about it. You can easily push it back in. Double jointed on the elbows, giving you a lot of range for the movement. Because I don't think this cuff will hamper the movement. Will be popped out. Don't be afraid. It will just easily pop back in. The quality of this one, I don't really mind. I know it's sturdy enough. I don't think it will break easily, or you know, it will break offhand or anything. But it is like, look at this. Look at how short the peg is. So it will be prone to popping off if you were to push the range of the articulation. This one, I'm very familiar with this one. So that's just stuck. I know it can go more, go forward like that. And I love their choice of design of this one. Yes, it does leave a gap. I'm okay with that because it adds so much articulation range and everything. I like the fact that this shield is sculpted on, basically really very prominent on it. The pelvic to leg thigh joint has a drop down. You won't have any problems with it. These are kind of like really nice tight joints for me. I hope it continues on like this for Beast Kingdom, so that it becomes the norm. But you know, I'm very familiar with Beast Kingdom figures. I'm very familiar with the fact that they're flawed in the looseness, tightness of the joints. Some of their joints are very loose. This is not. It's kind of like a nice balance to it. As you can see, you might get distracted by the fact that the joints for the connections are different plastics, so it's shinier. But I'm okay with that. I don't really mind. It's got some sort of ratcheting system here that's like really minute, so you have a lot of really good angles, and I don't know if it's really catching. I can barely tell it's there. So just to let you know. Yeah, so I am kind of disappointed that, oh, you know what though, I wonder if I can use this for my for this guy, because he is missing a shooting hand, but I can't use it because look, I think it's not the same size, definitely not the same design. You can kind of get away with it. It's kind of different design, but yeah, if I ever need to, I can probably swap it out and never even notice it. Because I don't think this guy's gonna need it because he doesn't have any gun to hold it in. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to find a gun and what do you call it? A bandolier or something? Yeah, he requires guns. I'm gonna have to print something out because it's just not finished. You need that one for the recovery suit Superman, because he doesn't have anything to fight Hank Henshaw with, Cyborg Superman, but you know. But yeah, I'm still kind of disappointed, but I'm still happy with this one. I got this from Walmart. It arrived a few days ago, so I'm glad to get it. Let me grab the regular Superman, and I still have the Alex Ross Superman. If I can find it, I'll be right back. All right, so I have kind of two Supermans to compare with. This one is kind of hard to compare this one because this is based off of the Alex Ross Superman. So as you know, Alex Ross is mostly based on realistic portraiture. So there's really not going to be much of similarities between the two. As you can see, the eyes are painted differently. This is the Alex Ross. This has a cartoonish look. You can look at the jaw, and this one's a lot more wider jaw than the Alex Ross one. But technically, it's actually got very, very similar features. The nose seems very similar. The distance between the lips and the lower jaw is almost similar. This one's just slightly longer. Kind of hard to tell from there. Yeah, but there are differences between the two. So you can't really say they're kind of like the same person. Yeah. But this is basically, I think, the same chest. Yeah, everything's been reused except for this one. The other Superman that I can kind of compare it with is, of course, the composite Superman. Now, with the composite Superman, it's going to be kind of harder because, again, we have the split face. And this has a different, more extreme... it's got a more extreme expression because of the gritted teeth. But this one does show the similarity between the two is the wideness of the jaw. As you can see, the jaw on this one slightly goes more outward, which is what this one is. With the Alex Ross one, the jaw somewhat goes a little bit more inward. So this one, it's kind of hard to compare between the two. There is a difference, I can see. So one of the differences that you can probably see is that this one, the jaw on this one, has a much more angled transition from the bottom of the ear to the jaw. This one has a more rounded transition. That's kind of hard to tell whether it's a facial feature change or because of the expression change. I think between the three, it's easier to say this is kind of like the same style than this one, obviously. But it's still close enough, I think, that you can kind of say they're almost the same person. It's the eyes that usually just basically blows this out of the comparison. I kind of wish... I already have 3 Superman, but I kind of wish there was another one of like this, but in the cartoon style with this kind of haircut. But we don't have that. Honestly, though, I do have a Superman, but I don't know where it is. And it's the Superman which has the fabric clothing. And I'm really, really glad that they went away from that. For one, it's not a successful look. I think this is a more successful look where it's just a plain body like this. And you don't, than having the fabric. I wonder where it is, though. I could show it off. Because that one, actually, I didn't quite like the head on that one, if I remember correctly. This one I like. This mullet. Is it called? It's called the mullet over here. I really don't like the style for this for Superman, but I can see them. I can see Beast Kingdom, which honestly, I suppose, I don't know if this pops off. I don't remember. Oh, look at that! My neck popped off for Superman. I didn't even realize it was gonna be that easy. So I was actually thinking of doing that so I can fix this cape. I can tell you right now, it's not meant to do that. And I'm trying to pull on the neck. It's not, so I'm probably gonna have to heat this up. But apparently, this is easy to pull, which is good for me because I really want to customize this cape and fix it. But if I could, what I would probably do is swap heads, and you'll be able to see a regular Superman with the long hair after he came back, if you're into that, because I feel like they're gonna do that. But anyway, so how do I value this one? I'm gonna value this at 12. I'm not as happy as I was with the Flashpoint Batman, because this is missing something. It's missing a few things. It's missing 2 guns to be held in each hand, and the bullet belt, the bandolier. I think that's what it's called. It's missing that. It just needs that to complete the look. So I'll give it a 12 because I'm really still happy with the fact of where Beast Kingdom's direction is going. Very, very cartoonish style. I'm really happy with it. I don't mind the fact that they're reusing bodies. I've already said that before. This just captures comic books to me. It just really does. It makes it 3D. Really nice proportions. The joints are nice and firm for me. I'm sure it's gonna get loose eventually, but for now it's good. And yeah, that's it. That's it for my review of the Recovery Suit Superman from Beast Kingdom. I got this for $54 on the Walmart app. I'm very happy I was able to get it without any problem. So this is not within the radar of the resellers yet. Thank goodness. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys on my next review. Bye.